なんでそんなことを。
私の生足に執着してないか間近で観察するためっす。ほら先輩、早く履かせてくださいよ。動きとろすぎっすよ。もっとスムーズにやってくださいよ。
You know, when Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro launched in 2021, so last year, you know, it really took me by surprise. And I think that's something a lot of anime, one of the things I think a lot of anime do that's very unique that not a lot of anime do, is when they kind of do storytelling kind of like manga panels. And that's one of the things that anime like Nagatoro and like 𝐒𝐿 can communicate. A couple of ones that kind of stand out to me. Something that they do, and they do it really well. Other anime have tried to do it, but they don't always succeed, kind of like these ones do. And what I mean by that is, with Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, is it basically breaks up the episode in 3 chunks. So you basically get 3/3 to a story. Now, they're, for the most part, I would say like 90% of the time, they're conjoining storylines, which means like basically you go from a convenience store arc to festival arc to like testing in the classroom arc, right? And you get like these kind of like 3 conjoining arcs that kind of like coincide to each other. So like for the return of this episode, we basically get the return of Nagatoro and Senpai. We get like a student council setting, and we find out that one was really based around Senpai reading a manga about like student council love, essentially. Then the second arc that we got was Senpai and Nagatoro interacting with each other, and you know, Nagatoro teaching Senpai how to interact with others, how to talk to others, how to, say hi and kind of give that first impression. And then the third arc this episode was the ending, which was the after festival, after party time. And it was all about that, right? And I think that that's something that is very unique to Nagatoro that not a lot of other anime do. And for sure, no other anime this season, at least that I have seen as of yet in winter 2023, do that. So that's one thing that I'm very excited for Nagatoro to be back for, is I just love the way that they tell their story, very much like manga panels. And I think that that's something very unique, and it makes the anime unique, and it makes the anime stand out. Now, for Second Attack, I am very excited that it's back, because we get to see the love continue to blossom between Nagatoro and between Senpai. And the moments to where, at least like on Nagatoro's end, the moments that kind of like continually happen to where, you know, she's for sure like more embarrassed, continue to kind of like increase over and over, and you can see like that magnetism between them kind of be pulled closer to each other. And that's something that I really I'm really excited to see this season, is more of those moments of jealousy, more of those moments of embarrassment, and more of those interactions between them as kind of like their love grows. So let's kind of take it part by part. So the first part of the episode, which was the student council blackmail stuff, I thought was absolutely hilarious. I love that we kind of got this other version of Nagatoro and Senpai with these 2 characters in a manga that Senpai's reading. And I love how they got to reenact the scenes there with basically like licking boots or licking shoes or whatever. And I love how it actually ended up happening for Nagatoro and for Senpai. But in the moment, Nagatoro got all super duper flustered, but instead, you know, Senpai ended up just actually wiping it away. And I thought that was a very hilarious scene. The next piece of it was all about, grabbing. Senpai got a full hand of bazanga, which was freaking fantastic, which he didn't intend to do, right? He kept fantasizing because Nagatoro went in for the hug, definitely put him out there. She even threatened to say that he was gonna pop a willy at school. And because of that, he basically was thinking, okay, well, what if I did extend that hand? What if I did go for a pat or a hug or something? And of course, he tripped and got a full hand of bazanga there. Good for Senpai. And I love how he was thinking about what would Nagatoro's expression be? What would she look like? And he finally got to see what she would look like. And it wasn't completely pissed off. It was more like embarrassed, and at the same time it was like that. It was like a first for her. So Senpai is getting some of her first. So I was like, yo, double thumbs up, Senpai. Let's freaking go, dude. And then, then she like kind of like hits him like, hey, get out the way. He falls, and Nagataro's friends come, and they basically bump him back to Nagatoro. And I love how she catches him kind of like property. I literally wrote down like, oh, she catches him like he's her property. I thought that was freaking hilarious as well. Then we had the stocking scene right before we had the cultural festival after party. We had the stocking scene, and I love how Senpai got himself a full hand of plump. And I like how it's one of those things to where I love how the scene is where Nagatoro eggs him on, and then when he finally begins to like, okay, I'm gonna go through. He's like, empty my mind. He's able to do it, as he's getting a full hand of plumpage, and she kind of like hits her limit and boils up, and she ends up catching him, and catching his hand in the middle anyways, and he still kind of gets the little tiggly wigglies, which is really, really good. And at the end of the episode, we got the after party, which ended with like a perverted kind of scene for Nagatoro when she kind of went into the salmon roe pregnant stuff there, which I thought was really funny. But he ended up eating it anyway, so it all ended up working out for them. But I did love how that scene was, the envelope was pushed because Nagatoro's friends were basically feeding Senpai, and she was like, how dare you? So overall, I am just happy that Nagatoro is back. One of my favorite animes, if you become a member on the channel, all the emotes on the channel are all Nagatoro. I love Nagatoro a lot. And I am very excited that it's back. It's just one of those things. It's just silly fun for me. It makes me laugh, like I have like a 12-year-old sense of humor, right? So I don't just sound like one. I kind of have the sense of humor of one too, and it just really hits me the right way. And I just freaking love Nagatoro, and I'm so happy that it's back. And I really hope that this video, I hope the episode 1 review really like kicks ass and like bounces off too, because I really, really love to cover this all season long. That'll be determined by you, so let me know what you guys thought about episode number 1 in the comments below. And as always, my friends, I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you in the next episode.